Now, I want to tell you about an event that seems simple, but reveals something deeply unsettling about human nature. What does it take for a person to lose their life? An assassination? A betrayal? A conspiracy? In the Roman Empire, there was a day when the answer was this: laughing at the wrong moment. Yes, a single reaction, given at the wrong time, could end a life. And this did not happen on a battlefield, but during a dinner. But to understand this story, we first need to understand how fear was controlled. Rome is remembered as the center of power, where armies marched, laws were written, and the world was ruled. But Rome was not held together only by soldiers. It was held together by fear. And sometimes, fear stands above the law. One of those times was during the rule of Emperor Caligula. When Caligula came to power, the people welcomed him. He was young, charismatic. He seemed gentler than those before him. People believed they would finally relax after years of tension. But absolute power rarely changes a person. It magnifies them. Whatever exists inside becomes larger. And inside Caligula, what grew was insecurity. Soon, people no longer knew how to behave around him. Saying the wrong thing was dangerous, but saying nothing was dangerous too. Praising him was unsafe, but failing to praise him was also unsafe. The problem was not knowing what to do. The problem was that anything could be wrong. And for a society, the most exhausting fear is not punishment. It is not knowing the rules. A new behavior appeared in the palace. People stopped being natural. Facial expressions were controlled. Glances were calculated. Silence was rehearsed. Senators paused before speaking. Servants walked without making sound. And for the first time, people realized a ruler may want to control not only actions, but reactions. Dinner was the most dangerous place, because meals are where people relax. But in this palace, relaxing could be fatal. Conversations were measured, laughter was scheduled, eye contact was adjusted. Everyone watched the emperor's face, because the only truth in the room was this: reality was whatever the emperor felt. One evening, a banquet was held. Tables were prepared, wine was poured. Everyone took their seats. No one felt comfortable, because no one knew which behavior was correct. So people performed. But acting has a weakness. Eventually, you forget. During the meal, Caligula began telling a story. His tone changed. His face remained serious. No one reacted, because reacting was risky. Then the story ended, and a short silence followed. That silence was dangerous. And then someone laughed. Short, reflexive, unplanned. He probably thought the moment was over, but the entire room froze, because everyone understood that laugh was real. Caligula turned his head. He did not shout, he did not rage, he simply looked. And everyone understood the meaning of that look, because this was never about laughter, it was about an uncontrolled reaction. Absolute power hates unpredictability, and natural reactions cannot be controlled. The man realized. He quickly corrected himself. He praised the emperor. He tried to explain. He insisted his laughter was respectful, but it no longer mattered. The problem was not the action. The problem was that it was spontaneous. Caligula stood up, quietly, and gave an order to the guards. The man was taken away. Dinner continued. No one spoke. No one looked. No one wanted to remember, because survival required blindness. That night, Rome learned something. When a ruler cares not about what people do, but how they make him feel, no one is safe. The man did not die for betrayal, not for insult, not for conspiracy. He died for being natural. And perhaps that is the most dangerous form of power, forcing people to perform. History remembers wars, but sometimes, to understand an empire, a single dinner is enough. And sometimes, an entire era is hidden inside one laugh. That is why this is not just a story of death. It is the story of how fear is managed, and this is what actually happened in history.